What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. My name's Mo. I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to be going through our 10 best sales of what sold last week. Also, we're going to be sharing our worst 5 sales, some mistakes we made. Maybe I shouldn't have even listed these things, but we'll go over all that. Let's get into it. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. If it's your first time here, my name's Mo. We started this eBay store behind us. We do clothing. We do a little bit of everything. Me and my wife started this store after, well, actually, no, we planned it before, but we knew we were going to have a baby. We had a baby in March. And our plan was to start a store to supplement her income, to try and keep her home as long as possible with our baby. After the cost of daycare and transport back and forth and all that, and all the time lost and driving there and back, we figured this was going to be the best route for us and to give us a little bit more opportunity to be with her. We think that that's the best decision for us. But like I said, I'm really glad that you're here. I'm excited to share some of these sales with you. We're also going to go through some of the bad ones. I like going through those because it forces me to go through my thought process. What was I thinking when I bought it? Where did I make a mistake? And then how to avoid it. Maybe I should be looking for something a little bit different, because after I buy something and I list it, now you do a little bit more research on maybe the category, so we're going to go into that a little bit. So let's get into the sales. Going into our sales, we are down for the week. Looks like we sold a total of $10,050 with 83 cents. So we're going to go into Flipwise. So if you've never seen this webpage, Flipwise is an app that's online, or a software, whatever you want to call it. It directly ties into your eBay. It pulls all the data from it, so you have to do very little work, but it lets you dive into the numbers a little bit deeper. So this is the first thing that I like to point out. eBay will give you this number, including what they collected in taxes. Flipwise deducts that right away. So it shows gross income as $9.99. And if you see here, eBay collected $51.71. So that's where the discrepancy is. We got a net income of $606. That's minus the fees and minus shipping. The week before that, we were at $755 net income. So it is a little bit of a dip. So this week I did do pretty good on my listings. I listed 60 items, but still only had 24 sales. The week before I had 28. This middle area right here shows you the ROI by source. So cool, let's get into the sales. At number 5 in the worst sales, we got these Levi's straight 526 jeans. They're women's jeans. I paid $2 for these. They sold for $22.97, which is $17.99 plus $4.99 in shipping. In this video, we're going to do something new. I'm pretty excited for it. After the first 2 months of me starting the eBay store, I started noticing that I was over calculating. I thought that I might be losing sales using calculated shipping, so I started moving to flat rate shipping. I have a few ranges of flat rate shipping, but I did the basics is $4.98, $7.98, $9.99, and then I have $14.99 and $19.99. But the ones that I use the most is the $4.98, the $7.98, and the $9.99. What I'm going to do in this video for the first time, because I'm very curious, so you guys are going to see this, I'm going to keep a running tab on where I'm doing good and where I'm doing bad. So I'm going to mark that down. So this one, I charged $4.98 for shipping, and it actually cost me $6.62 to ship it. After that, the net return is $10.86. So the net profit margin is 47%. ROI is 543, which still seems good, but a lot of the stuff that we pick up is either $1 or $2, especially at this swap meet. This swap meet has multiple. Now we're at probably 12 tables that all do $1 or $2 shorts, that do $1 or $2 clothing, and that really helps us build that ROI up. So for our tally, this is one where I got wrong. I really should have marked this one up to the $7.98. Most of the jeans are at $7.98 now. I don't know how this one got messed up. Again, we're not surviving off of this store, but we are trying to replace that income. So number 4, here we are, is this Lands End American Airlines small. It's a flight attendant's black leather belt. Actually, in the top 10, you're going to see something else that influenced me to buy this. Funny thing is, I got them both from the same person. I had the other one first. When I comped that other item, I saw that the comps were good. So when I saw this, my wife kind of said, hey, this is American Airlines. What if it's like that other one? I don't want to spoil it. But I said, cool, $2, let's take it, right? So this was at that night swap meet, $2, sold for $9.99 plus $4.98 in shipping. Shipping, I got right about right. Cost $4.68, so 1 point for me on the shipping, right? After the cost of selling it and the cost of shipping, our net return is $5.92. So that is an ROI of $2.96 with a net profit of 40%. At number 3, this is a very old item. I'm glad that it went. Just a regular band tee, Carrie Underwood. It's a medium size. I think it had like concert dates on the back of the shirt. Sold for $8 plus $4.98 in shipping. I actually took an offer on this. I listed it originally at like $13.99. I dropped the price. It was down to $9.99. I got one offer of $8. I just went ahead and took it. After the fees and the cost to ship, our net return is $5.20, ROI of 520%, and our net profit margin of 40% as well. So this is another one where I charged the right amount for shipping, $4.98 shipping, and it cost me $4.68 to ship. Shirts I got pretty much down. Every now and then I'll get surprised by one that just weighs a little bit more. Overall, I don't think that this number is a huge deal, but I really think that it compounds when I make a bad decision or a bad buy, and then I don't get the shipping right. It really affects it. This was on a video about a month ago when I picked it up from Goodwill. I paid $12.99. It sold for $25 plus $4.98 in shipping. So this is one that I made a mistake on the shipping. Most of the shoes are at $9.99, and look, $9.99 would have covered that and would have given me back $5 in that shipping cost. So maybe I shouldn't have picked these up, but if I would have charged the right shipping price, maybe I would have been a little bit closer. These took 2 months to sell. After the fees and shipping, our net return is $3.20, which is definitely not good. ROI is $3.20. Net return was $3.20. ROI is 25%, and our net profit is 11%. Definitely don't want to be in that range, but that was our second to worst sell. And our worst sell of the week is this remote. This is a universal remote. If you guys have watched any of our other videos, you may know that I do audio and video for a living. That's our number one source of income. This was a remote that I actually bought for a job that just never happened. I actually was going to do a job where I needed a bunch of these remotes, so I bought one to get a head start on kind of learning the programming behind it. Ended up not happening. That brand is a little bit hard to work with, so we don't really deal with it. So it had been sitting here for a long time. I went ahead and posted it. I'm giving you all that because it's normally not an item that I would just pick up. Probably not that common to even find, right? But every now and then on our top 10, we do get an item that I got from my day-to-day work. So if I include the best ones, I definitely want to include the worst ones, right? I paid $103 after shipping and fees. And I actually did buy this on eBay too. I paid $103 for this. I had it listed originally for $99, then dropped it, relisted it for $90 plus 89 cents. And then I got an offer of $79.98. Then it must have gone on a sale of some kind because it ended up selling for $79.98 plus $4.98 in shipping. This one cost $5.86 to ship. After the fees, a net return of $40.64, which is not really negative 40. It's negative 40 on the entire thing, right? But I originally was down $103 because I bought it and it was just sitting here. So I got back some of the money. Now I'm only down $40. So in my eyes, it's a little bit better, but still, like I said, I am going to sprinkle these throughout. And if you do continue watching, which I would appreciate if you do subscribe. I definitely do like including the top sales when an item like this makes it there, because who knows, you might actually find something like that. I have sold things that are audio video related, but I'm sure other eBayers do as well. And I have continued to find them at our yard sales and flea markets also. So I just really think that it's good to know, right? If you see this remote, happen to find it at a yard sale or something, just know that this is about what it's going to sell for. And if you could get it at a good deal, like if I would have found this for $5, I still would probably buy it. That rounds off our worst sales for the week. All right, enough of the bad news. Let's get into some good sales. At number 10, we have these Chubbies shorts. It's the first pair that I found and sold. Men's medium. These come in all kinds of different print, and the crazier the print is, the more money you can get for them. I kind of did price these up a little bit. I saw that some of these had sold a little bit less. But still, this is the Chubbies. This is the tag you're looking for. They're lined. They're really comfy shorts, and they're really popular, honestly. Posted them, took 19 days to sell. I paid $1 for them and sold for $22.99 plus $4.98 in shipping. After the fees and after shipping costs, our net return was $18.37, and that's good for 37% ROI and 66% margin. We also got these at that night swap meet. So the night swap meet's been pretty good overall. Number 9, we have this Disneyland Avengers. It's a replacement remote for one of the spider bots. This is the third one we've sold. We got 3 remotes and 3 spider bots at a yard sale. Couldn't get them to work. Bundled up the spider bots, and those are still listed. The 3 remotes, though, already sold, and this is the last one. Took 23 days to sell this last one. What's cool is on Flipwise, if I go all the way down, I scheduled it, it listed. One sold right away, 9 days. Second one took 11 days. If you add up the net return of here, $27, $36, and then $36, that's $100 return from that $10 investment into the lot of everything that I got. And I still have the spider bots to sell, so all profit from now. ROI is 6,696%, and the net profit margin is 77%. This one I charged $7.98 in shipping, and only cost me $3.86 to ship. So I don't know. It's looking like it should be averaging out. Let me know right now. As far as we're in the video right now, where do you think we'll end up? We have 8 more sales to go. Where do you think we'll end up at the end? A lot of people debate, do everything calculated, do everything flat shipping, overcharge. I don't want to do my flat rate shipping where I price myself out of a sale because it just looks like a big number. Some people price lower and do more in shipping. But where do you think we'll end up at the end of this video? You think we're going to be in the green on shipping or in the red in shipping? Let me know right now. At number 8, we have this lot of 3 Guitar Hero games. They're for the Wii. I paid $5 for these at a yard sale. The whole thing sold in about 2 hours. The funny thing is that immediately after I listed it, like I listed it here in my garage, walked to my living room, turned on some TV, and I opened my phone and I had 2 offers for this lot. One offered like $15, the other one offered like $20. And I was about to take that $20 offer, but I decided just to wait a little bit, and I countered the $15 guy with 22, I think was what I countered with. But in that time, someone just went in and bought it right away. So he sold for $24.99 and $7.98 in shipping. After shipping and after our selling costs, our net return is $17.68, ROI is 354%, and the net profit is 54%. Number 7, we have this hose replacement. This is for a Shark UV810. I bought this whole vacuum for $10. I held on to it for a few months. It took me a while to just take it apart and take pictures of it. Had it listed for a total of 19 days. I broke the vacuum up into 5 parts, so I assigned a purchase price of $2, sold for $24.99 plus $7.98 in shipping. So after the fees, it cost $11.37 to ship. Still made $14.82. ROI is $7.41, and net profit is $45. So this is another one where I took an L on the shipping. At number 6, we have this Halloween cardigan sweater. It's just got a bunch of patches, a bunch of embroidery. Looks really cool in person. Let me see if I can pull up some pictures for you. This is what it looks like, a little bit more of a close-up. Some of them were a little dirty. The brand was Michael Simon. I didn't find this exact sweater when I looked it up in comps, but I did find other ones that sold anywhere between $50 and $60. I think I saw one that was $75, but it was really clean. This one did have a little bit of dirt, a little bit of scuffing. Posted it for $44.99, and it sold pretty quick also. About 7 hours is what it took on eBay. So my cost was $1. I got this at a church yard sale. This was another one that I got several offers right when I listed it. I got like a $25 offer, a $30 offer, and then this $38 offer. I countered the lower 2 with $40, and then this one I just said, screw it, I'm just going to sell it. It's a good feeling when you post something and you sell it before you go to sleep. So in this one, I also did the $7.98 flat rate shipping. This one cost $6.67 to ship. So after the fees and the shipping cost, net return was $31.87, ROI 3,187%, and the net profit margin is 69%. So we're down to our last 5. At number 5, we have this cross bag. It's for the Peru national soccer team. I got this at our local swap meet right here. $4 is what I paid for it. It did take a good while to sell. It took 5 months listed, but I actually bought this close to six and a half months ago. So this took a while to sell, but for my cost of $4, it sold for $32 plus $4.98 in shipping. This is one where I didn't get right in the shipping, but overall the profit was so much that it kind of absorbed the shipping error and still made good money on it. After the fees and after the shipping, net return is $19.45. ROI is $4.86, and the net profit is 53%. Still a good deal overall for us. And if we look down here, it shows when it was first listed, which was February 18th. It got listed for $31.99. Then I ended the listing, relisted it for $27.99. Didn't sell. Changed the price from $35 to $39, and then I changed it back from $39 to $27. Ended it, relisted it for $39.99, and that was where they sent me an offer of $32, and that was what I accepted. At number 4, we have this subwoofer. It's a Sony SAWCT 290. It's a wireless subwoofer. I did watch a few YouTube videos where it looks like the sub is what sells the most. People either buy a soundbar at like a yard sale and can't find the sub, or the sub blows and they need a replacement. So I bought this one at a yard sale. It cost me $5, but it did sell for $45 plus $16.25 in shipping. So this is one that was calculated shipping because it was a little bit bigger. I didn't want to take the risk. I didn't want to leave it in the $20 one and then it end up costing more to ship. But in this one, it was almost dead on. When I do calculated shipping, if this weighs, let's say 10 pounds, I might put 5 or 6 pounds to try to mitigate a little bit of the cost, but it will still fluctuate like if it goes to one of the further states. But this one overall, I was able to get the box down in size. It got really close. eBay charged $16.25 in calculated shipping, and it only cost you $16.97 to actually ship it. So after the fees and shipping, I still made $33 even on that. ROI of 660 and net profit of 54%. All right, we're getting into the good stuff. We're getting into top 3. So at number 3 of best sells for the week, we have these Tea Party women's pants. This is honestly something to look out for. When I comped this at the yard sale, I went over it in our last video, which was our Wednesday haul. Wednesdays we do a video of kind of what we picked up over the weekend. I told you in that video that I noticed that the crazier patterns tend to sell for more money on this brand. So if you find these pants, if they're just regular pants or tights, they sell for about $10. But if you get something that's a little bit special, I could totally see someone wearing something like this to a festival or a concert, but these sold for full asking price. I paid $2 at that church sale. They sold for $44.99 plus $9.99 in shipping. So someone paid $55 for these pants. So here they are. Here's some more pictures. Here's kind of like the fringed material that's on the sides. That's what the logo looks like in case you see it. Tea Party. I just realized I didn't actually ship these yet. So give me a second. I'm going to pack them and get that label so we can get an accurate number. Number 561. 561. So I have them here. I know that the listing, but that's kind of like what the fringe material looks like. They're real stretchy. And yeah, I'm going to throw them in a bag real quick. Honestly, if you've watched our videos, I know sometimes it might seem like we do a lot of clothing, but honestly, I think that I tend to buy a lot of clothing because it is easy to ship. I mean, look, this is, I'm going to, of course, cut out a little bit, but not very much to it, right? Bam, bam. That's done. Weigh it. 666 to ship. Print it. So I'm going to refresh this. Let's see if it picks it up. It hasn't picked it up yet. So 666. It probably would update it in a few seconds. But 666. So our net return was $38.80. Let's see if that would have changed the numbering. Nope. Still would be in the right order. So after that, our ROI is 1,940% and the net profit margin is 71%. So this was an awesome find. I'm going to be looking for those now. I have another pair. Which is these. They look pretty cool too. They have kind of the same kind of uniqueness in the wash, but these are big bell bottoms. These should go for a good amount of money too. I have them listed for the same price. If you haven't watched last week's video, I invite you to do that. I'll put a card up, I think. Remember earlier when I brought up this Land's End American Airlines belt? This item here at number 2 is what influenced me to buy that one, but this one's at number 2 for good reasons. This is a Delta Club, the Delta 360 Club cosmetic bag. So people love this kind of things. Here's the listing, and if I show you here, it's a leather bag. Took some pictures of the little dings that are there, but in leather, this stuff comes off. You clean it. I just didn't want to do anything crazy to it. After some wear, it'll all look good. You guys know leather. So see this middle part, you could tell that has not been used, but it's like a toiletry bag. And yeah, I paid $2.50 for this. This sold for $62.69, $4.98 in shipping. I originally had it listed for $71.99, then dropped the prices or increased the price. Sometimes I will do this, and it's what big retailers do, right? They'll price it up and then put it on a sale. So I priced it up and I put it on a sale, but then look, then I dropped it down to $55.99. Then I ended the listing, relisted it for regular price, and then after it relisted, I sent out some offers and someone bid at $62.99. On my part, I'll take it. After fees and the cost to ship, our net return was $50.47, and the ROI is 2,019%, net profit margin of 74%. So that's an amazing find. That also came from that night swap meet. So in this one, looks like we did get it wrong as far as shipping. We charged $4.98 and it cost $5.62. Number one, I definitely want to tie it back to the worst one, right? When it comes to these things that have a little bit to do with my line of work, this number one might be a little bit more niche. It might be something that's not so common, but this was a wall mount for a security camera. And it's a specific security camera. So if you see here, it took 7 months to sell. I've talked about it before, but my previous employer, we left on really good terms. This was back in like November, December. I was in there picking something up, and they said, hey, we're getting rid of a bunch of these things. They basically zeroed them out on their inventory, and they said, you could take anything you want, basically. We're going to throw it in the trash. So I picked up a bunch of stuff. I had it from November. I didn't list it until January, I guess, and it took the whole 7 months to sell. Funny thing is that I ended and listed this just like a lot of the other things. Someone sent me an offer. The person that bought it was out of China. Remember how I told you that when it comes to calculated shipping, if something weighs 20 pounds, I'll put 15 or 12 to kind of help mitigate that inflation that eBay puts in there on the calculated shipping. So on this one, I think I put like 4 pounds, 5 pounds, and this ended up weighing almost 14 pounds. Customer bought it for $134, paid $65.45 to ship it, but it actually cost me $117 to ship. Now, because I got this item for free, I still did technically net $67.04. Now, I was tempted to just cancel the order, and there was a problem with the customer's address. I don't know if you guys have ever got an order from China. Their addresses are kind of just written a little bit different than ours. But in this one, I was tempted to kind of respond to the customer and say, hey, I'm going to have to cancel this because there's something wrong with the shipping or whatever. But I didn't, and I didn't because that box was about this big. And now I got that space back on my shelf. And still overall, I did end up making almost $70. Went ahead and shipped it. So looks like if we base it just off of flat rate shipping and compare what I charged in flat rate shipping versus what it actually cost me, looks like I charged $86.73 in shipping, and it only cost me $83.78 to ship. Made $3, that's really not where we want to make money, but definitely don't want to lose money. If you include the 2 calculated shipping, one was basically a wash where I charged $16.25, but it cost me $16.97. It was a good enough item that it didn't hurt the overall sale, but the one that did hit us a little bit was that number 1 sale, which is this. So still overall, we made profit on it, and because our cost was basically nothing, I don't know, I'm not going to count it as something bad. So I hope that maybe, although the items that I sold this week may not be what you sold, you still may relate with some of these shipping costs. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. So that's going to wrap up the top 10 and the worst 5. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope this one's a little bit better than the last one. And I hope you join us for the next one. If you're still watching now, do me a favor and hit that like button. It's really going to help us out a lot. We're still a very small channel, and each one of those makes a really big difference. This Wednesday, we have another haul video. This Wednesday is going to be a lot bigger than the last one. We picked up about 80 items. We're going to go over some of the best ones this Wednesday. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe and you look out for that video. Every Wednesday we drop one of those, and every Monday we drop a video like this one that you're watching now. We hope that you like them. And like I said, I hope that they're getting better. I'm really doing my best to try and make sure that they're getting a little bit better each time. And with all that, I really hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.